sa Storm King for badale.
Ja, ç'kjo është ti.
Ç'kjo Storm Kinga?
Senza njerë.
Jo, veloç, po nuk ka Storm King. Po puna që najnë atë budim.
Jebe çfat ruj për skinat dëm. Që ku të më shojnë njerës në loading screen, gjithë më komentojnë epike e kështë accept e kësi sene. Gjithë të ndodhë. Shuki. Me mujt me kry shuki sa atë mision, ma kishtoj.
O, ta kry, be, ta kry, unë të...
Ani bashka duzim që të pëlqen qo. O, di kina ndreq me shukin dyksin e. Po që ta tretin që e qita që ta s'fatëm tropa asan, shukit t'ju dhimshin.
Ja, si dhim që shukit për nuk i dekë që më sa
Unë
më.
jep aty 600 jep,
E, ç'kët, a keni popin, a kone keni ndrejq veç, ç'kët?
Vet.
Ve,
Hajta ma editin, shpejt.
që se më loading screen.
You know the drill.
Accept, po
Hello,
thoj.
hello, how much traps for 144s?
Shtu.
A ty tini qaja,
Qpej su
mu ma pa të thuj.
Ka shëtë, mos mi qo subat bi kam.
A ki do metal ti djall?
Vallaj më vynë, ma shumë se ti.
O vë qëta me maru qëta kam vi.
Jam, kujnë be bosa, kujnë be kinga. No, okay, so... Basa, ke kry dy të mirë?
Prit mos janë e sej.
E jo, se po dytën për të e tretë, që se kështë ta bon të rri.
Ah,
Gjem për logën ma ka ndrejqën best boba.
No. Në zënë go the right way.
ej, me ç'kët, apo ki problem, hala?
Me kanë.
Qëta veç bën.
Ja, me që mirë api.
Bëja.
Po ta baja ma mirë.
O birë. Hajde, mas i ti kryn kjo, mas i den kotërshe. Hina të une ta nëzirin pes. Qa o bo se më rritet kjo pa ver level, ja o bo.
Ja.
Mas u sharam, mas u ma kharë.
Ha. Ani.
Mas kes bë...
I need to fix
Se
this.
ki njetë me lu batarejal, ja. Qysa vi
Ja,
bo,
bro,
kësa i
jam
ka?
të lyt batarja vetë për mi kryq ta challenge-at karet.
Ti mjetë që vi bo, kësa bobi ka.
Do I start right now? Ata filloj?
Jo, bre. Me sobër.
Mirë, me kanë ki problem.
Come here, can you put
Me
here?
bën.
Involved?
Bërë,
Can
po,
you put
ja.
there or involved? Oh, I have some.
Trying to run a Discord in Discord.
A, e ku...
O bejo bira, më në mi dhonë do... Me ka ulla. Jap në ka.
Shtu një me probleme kanë kejt. Du të me një mu shumë qështu.
Ata nisi.
Jo, prit, veç edhe pak.
O bej bira ki, a më në shmi mi dhonë me ka ulla në t'jap në isa nsha dët.
Më vinë vallaj metalit më do trejt. Se po baj shumë trejt.
Trejt edhe unë e përcam trejt, a vojna.
Mama, më shqitra pak në e.
Jo, o shqipri, unë me marrë trej, pa gati një këtë trej, pa veç për rrëp një metale.
Që erdha?
E ku i merë ato me ka ulle?
Ka nisi.
Në vajzi,
Bime,
të valla,
si vjedh.
Po e nisi djem.
kas nësë, jo prit e të
Po mu më me ndrej që e të misioni, se kam du të nisi ka nisi.
Jo, se ta
Here
një
we
e
go.
stuj,
Shield power increasing.
Leve birë mirë, hajde.
Shkodet, edhe që tu, shkodet.
Prepare
Well,
for
it's
attack
clear.
from the east.
Silvi.
Kështu, ceiling electric hiç nuk ripu.
Ja, Allah mira janë që pa këtë.
Valla, drop 3 pa t'jam më forta.
Posh?
Drop 3 pa.
Aha. Mai qenja.
O bir so leveli inventore?
Una,
Po,
golpi 14.
golpi 14? Apo më bëm bir kere, jam level 18. Hajde bro, në të splashar.
Le, palm zotin le, kë. E, është mirë këtu me marrë një construction edhe kuki veç e qitë baldi për një edhe baldi. Kur një sensu më baldi.
O bir, rojtë në... Kutja.
Hajde,
Që jesh, baba?
ja më rrujë veç.
Moj korte më që dhe varë, valla. Edhe me fara materje më kom.
E dina.
Më sa më.
A di se mos t'kisha kaldu për të të një që të një vallaj me dalë.
Pret, që djole na ka kalzu bro.
Aha.
Ha.
Ku djoli mu ona besit.
A, di
O bir, afe. Do të edhe faktet që rështë sa ka me mujtë me vokë, që më na me vokë krap. 130 gjako, 130 siege break, 130 flash flasher, 130 dhe paksa.
Ej, sejnet ka lashat shumë ma keqë të tje. Se shumë rane në vekë.
Sa me vokë krap.
Une kisha preferu ma shumë 3.
Okej.
Se venqër ka më kanë si Battle Passes e dhe Warfare qëtaj.
Kush?
Venqër, ka më kanë sezon 3 që ka në dalë 4, që 5, 6,
Na.
po 2 që qëtaj. Sezona 2 është.
Gji, po mas se sezonën e veç asë event që s'ko me njëtën, shumë forte.
Po la,
So është për të të një venture i rrit i kin krejt ato të i ke poshtë në ato.
po mos fali.
Një floating range.
A trova be titullin, që kam be
E
titullin?
edhe Venture, a keni atë sejnë drop me pa? Me qi drop?
A se kam dres titullin a? A që thash pëse s'po ta vju sa? Shimon Trëmpel. Pel.
Jo për se se.
Pel. Ja që jesh, rej. Pel!
Hajde bëja qëta.
Pel.
Pussy.
Pel.
Pussy.
Pel.
Pussy.
A leo që pas në ndru titullin, qa bo më rëti shim pili.
Bro, mos e dini pa jiri ku janë floating rings në Coral Castle.
Jo, alloj.
O që tash bebi vishtë ndrej titullin kejti dhe ma ta bish zakonisht zbej pak.
Ja qiva në unë ndej kam të këtë pistolmet.
Dek të qif shambir të pili.
A di shka të të baj këtu, du të me zban me laudën. Du të me prishë këtë edhe
O bir, o bej, mas tojna bir këna me dojnë ase, me kërje misionen këse. Normal. Piki tuajnë, dëna më dojnë një XP për me rritë një faror me. Pepper sprayerin bir.
E pëse o mirë s'vojnë të aty me kun YouTube, është një YouTuber që të ban kerje disa fër.
Që ka emre në qim në ome?
Hen aty Supreme Fly.
Supreme Fly. Vishtë ndrej emre në bir, që të ome.
Mu qaj më ka dhanë shumë sene. Jo që më ka dhanë, po më ka keri shumë mirë aty në Venture.
A jep shënej san?
Ha?
Jo,
Supreme Fly, a?
Po.
Supreme Fly.
ku kar janë dhe këtu floating rings dhe bro.
2.4 po që 21 ore pas ka bo live para një dite, para 21 ore, para Po valloj, shkret. Ja bona sto bjerë.
A e po, qëtu, qka pa e po, qëtu kena mujt edhe ma
Can I
fort
see
me
how
ta
much
po.
traps you have?
Qyre, ej, masanejna,
These ones and
e
I
di
have
shka
like,
ba.
I don't know how much.
Qyre e si të, o të bazë, o bëz, o
Best.
bë.
Nuk ka bjerë side e bejsi.
No.
Mos t'jat mu.
Qërë këtë ma qenë rrejthin leshtë maris që tash. 3, 2, 1. E di ta. Leshtë maris rrejthin ma qenë. Disa të shkojnë një shkojtë leshtë.
Nope. Not possible.
Semi-out. Epic. Subscribe guys.
E,
I need
ku ndres si trej pa tunela, hini një YouTube shkruani të jam bash, edhe shkruani SSD4.x, ose 5, të lajë. A shukri, veç bajna të shtu edhe i prishkejt.
Sma unë të. Ta fosën e... sma unë.
You're gonna hate this.
Edhe kështu të vaj. Unë më shtu vaj.
Kush jeni unë e bejsi u bej edhe një shok jemi.
A, që problemi ku e kiti? Që problemi ku ashtë? Që problemi u zgjall? E, a ki anti-arthret?
Po,
A në do?
marre, marre.
Po si marrë të në?
Që të rohu, pa të shtë bjerë.
Me gjë me fa, hajde.
We
Shto e
have a
të
break in
përshka
the
janë.
action.
Këto mas një
Another
janë
wave coming
për një
soon.
qitën, edhe atë
Prepare for an
shtriga
attack from
që
the
gjin me
Po.
do topa.
Kuku, 200 ping baba.
Jo në 30.
Unë e të rëth ka kao, po.
Kena deka?
Jo, mi leo që të dhejës mi na kena.
Ka jo.
Po, si në po jena.
Të më ki pëlqy.
Ja, deka baba.
A që ti në
Ish njëherë me hinë stërë më në shkoj për upla.
në të.
Jo me për zejtit. A të shiri këtu shëtë një bërë, të po të të në
A, 200.
Ka si kjo izë.
kjo izja.
Ta që vërë piqë.
Ku ta me një zëndë të një izë. Rakje ka si kjo ati.
Ja,
Ne, pas në raketa mi. E, sa materiale më një majtë?
Dy.
Jo, sa materiale më një majtë?
Po dhe ka di. Po të rënë ka di.
Ka t'i pra?
Dy, veç dy, në
We
dy.
have a break in the action.
Po, ve.
Another
Ah,
wave
ta
coming
në shë
soon.
një në kame.
Prepare for an attack from the north.
Shukri këtu vetëm afer kjo. Ta më në puna kështë, shukri.
Sorry.
a një është kërë s'ka faj pse mo pa vetë në të
E qëtu qëtë du të me luftu shukri valla.
O, në rënë jo, qëtu veç më një me... Dalë që të piloj. Jo, jo, më zhë të në skrije. Qëtu në ashtë taki problem?
Po dhe?
Qëtu, jo qëtu, ku po
Jo
thamë...
gjithka kina me pas.
Okej. Qëto pika vika të shnoj.
Që së ka mytën heq. Shia zëmbit e në onë.
Nëse se që... Okej, që thomi të?
Po pse më saj qita trapët që mi prishi kjo? Cuando que te encima.
Más semanas que una.
Po.
Sí, creo que era como
O
unos
që kërëre
dos
që këtë më
semanas,
pa
un
krep,
mes, algo
qëra?
así. No
Kan,
está bien.
Që këtë?
shapkari ki vendo. O, larga më në dhe më të butë shape.
Që jo ma.
One more sub and I'm gonna accept. Okay, I'm gonna accept.
A pse në me këto shukrit ti thojnë bana accept e të bë giveaway?
Po te?
Shka ban giveaway?
Orma.
Ti 30%.
Darma level 70.
Pse po ha më të ves? Unë dhe me thonë ma i fortë të inside the world jam. Që, po vallohi.
Ka di.
Po
Po
se...
për arm ka ma shumë se ti.
E po.
Shtash për shtash.
Une kur du i maroj, ti dësh me prit për njerëzve tjerë.
Ja, zonë, kur du i maroj?
Korin tem.
106.
Kur tu i maroj, e di aku.
Ha që tash edhe një mision edhe mu i maroj.
Unë e këti shka më e marrua. A ki aktive power salt?
Una?
Aktivej.
Kom 200.
S'ka të folë? Brabanja?
Aktiv për vesela. Se di shka është aktiv për veseli.
400 tha mone.
Bravo, me vjen.
Me një, më me bo një të optimizer në një të optimizer.
Po një am vyn një kësene, një aktiv për vesel, në vyn ma shumë. Në vyn kurë.
Një që kjo, një shot është kej.
Një aktiv për vesel bën për një am. I di që shkojnë të samë,
A ne
Okej.
apo ma dropet që?
A e që jas një am.
Një gjëlla.
E ti kishe i forta,
Shpërdojë.
i shpërdojë, ti.
Më në ka lasha së më vynë mua. I me trejta për mu.
Baba i vetë,
Në shta kam, alo. Po ti di
Atë
do...
dhe sekonda, hajde se kry doshë.
Që pëse i pas në një mi?
Më sëraj, më
Shka
sëraj.
më një mi? Shka një mi?
Aj bën beki një mi.
Jo më rajga,
O kë një se kalli më një
Soki.
mi.
E, jam të bë krep, qëto? O, shukri.
Bëma bjërna
Sa
një.
jam të bë?
Bëma bjërna një.
Që dyra, 130 kalash edhe...
O birë, në so levele me
I
këtë
keep
me bu ma
full
shumë se
perk, I keep
130.
full perk, arm.
Në këta shara e ka full
I
perk.
keep full perk, arm, që i bën drop,
Ja, si kam, fu.
që i bën craft.
Ja, së pas.
Leve që të tanë të vishë. Ta që ka numër 130, që unë 106 i kam atë mira.
Unë e 139 që kam atë mira, po t'je në auto.
Pa, I keep full perk, I keep që ta?
Po, full perk. Po, po,
Hajde të late, pa, hajde të late.
Të late. Oh, oh, rrr, oh, oh.
Tërlete.
Thank you very much. Veç edhe një mision, shuki.
Jo, dola.
Ja, veç edhe një, shuki, më s'ma prish tash.
Ane ama ati kemi lytë me thonën 6 misiona me mu kemi lytë në Twin Peak.
Sa?
6.
Fare, normal.
Normal.
Misione normal.
Normal.
Okej.
Një, jo, 5 normal, 5 normal një kështu.
Okej. është normal marrë dhe në sene.
Rossi
Ku i këti avi e tamë veç edhe një mision.
Ta Rossi
Au,
me
zaj.
korso rotit bes. Pa.
Duplex ufikore.
Ta qip Chanel në duplex. Në na jute. Ta shkun Chanel në.
Jo besoj se shkon.
Ja
Jag vet
shkuni
inte jag
valla.
skon. Jag vet inte jag skon.
Ja shkuni
Ja,
är
serra.
lati bile.
Jo
För en räna.
Keitä räänä.
Kiekte rana kriavan beissi me fjol tämmönet me budishka.
Ei, hait välillä mitään vetspat. Ei, hait välillä mitään vetspat.
Kommer krulla i mission.
Ani vetspat.
Och kommer krulla i mission. Ja men värs. Ja. Tonti.
O shukri, hait.
Ja pederash. Karkivla.
Shakia I'm a kid. Kui ma jään säärante. Mä oon muutun. Onks muutun tänään?
Adjeve.
Vähän muutin.
Kui ma jään säärante. Te onks muutun tänään?
Ja pedera.
Ja man. Uppe där.
Up there.
Gay. Enligt ska på ett fall alla en drosje. Kakina en.
Ja, en drush baba.
Hade den versionen
En
mission
drushi
called
chai chakashi.
Guys, I'll
Feeling
do
it
just
now.
one more mission so I can craft 130. You know the deal.
Yeah, and you know the gayest.
Gay as fuck.
Gay
Big boy.
boy.
Big boy.
I wanna fuck your mom, boy. Pajashi motoren munapel.
Mamma falle. Havdush falle.
Dyka shikat pilet miachi after motor.
Havdush falle.
Kumbare!
Ja, ich ta trimania, veszania.
Ja.
Real the gayest.
Opa.
Hallå, Mertania se fitova.
Jag bara kör tillbaka igen.
Ja, шли för mig. Am chatte om det ganska шли det.
Oh, no.
Yo, Shuki's gay.
Shuki fuck
Shuki,
your
are
mom.
you gay?
Yes, I fuck your mom.
You're gay.
Yes, I fuck your mom.
Gay.
Gay.
Gay as fuck.
Gay as fuck. You
I'm fat boy. I'm fat.
After several attempts to escape,
Это
the
жалко,
walls of
ребята, пистолета
SCP-035's
сзади,
containment cell have suddenly begun secreting a black substance mixed with human blood. Personnel working near SCP-035's containment unit have suffered
Suna
catastrophic
Marshall.
morale damage, with an all-time high in suicide rates and
Fun.
staff in that area.
Hina
Hello
pilju
everybody,
tuve shkryet
I'm the
te
Rubber.
vash.
Today, we bring you SCP
Should we
Foundation
play
Peter
Mar?
Klein.
Shock.
Sta un pun coach gitona, men
You chateba. Sonet Andrej.
kun ka shkojone?
Po chanina. Chatan.
Ku ka post shumë.
Chateba na fa. Sonet Andrej çishtash vanin.
O shukri.
Ha.
E qita.
A di ata që në njëri që kanë trap tunella.
Jo. Shkoj fora.
Hina tuve shkryet te janë vash, edhe është në njëri ban tunella.
Shtash ti bjevish një sekond. Se atina do
Edhe të sa fort i kanë. Unë me kitë që atoj,
Ja
atina.
që ata është edhe mëni atë që është ajo.
Ja, se ka dhe i shkryet me të vash.
Oj Leo, mos ma thej bese. Ma e kum bo dhone çto mos.
Unë e kum kry, po e pas na kry, ama shumë ka kjo, so veç kinajna. Po të shknej,
Çebe çto, pret, mos më kallza. Mos
o shukri, mos më kalëzë ti mu, së në...
All the gayest. All the gayest.
A i ki kryti këto mati ha?
Po mëre,
Ani këto ti ki kry mati ta që dalë me to darej. Ti e me të vjetër.
jo më papi,
Mër pili pa ruar.
Bënje ato James Charles.
Bënje njëre.
O me i thënë.
Oj.
Bënje njëre Jim Charles.
Not
Ah.
possible.
If you don't like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, James Scarlett. James Scarlett.
Jim Carrey.
I far Prince Angelis.
Pret. A ti me dol kana tjetër, a ti me po teleport kana tjetër?
ja, s'ka e sa.
Qysh mëre s'ko me po teleport mëse po dol?
Mos të bë më budall, ti ku ke budall krejt.
Mashallah i ka edhe gejës. Vëna me brat sajt që mos më nervozo. Mos e bë dhe
E
gejës.
bo unë shuki nervoz, bo unë shuki.
O, shukri.
Që tropa, si tropa onda, shpimi tropa. Bimi tropa.
Unë kam qasë, 190 ti.
Bere se ti...
A me ka zuk si të piratve.
Po, bere. O, biro e vlad, bimi.
Shade ka, shade si qesh.
Sale bebe, sale se i dhimën të nga vjaç.
I dhimi.
Bere,
O i liu! O i liu! S'ka të fa ti jepe?
198.
Ja mirë, qash.
O, ljup!
Ka unisë ti. Se ka bën që në zëmbit të vinë që nëjë.
O, mos të vjerë. Shkoni naq, do motrën dhe na me bu bildën e. Dikush reposh kush në në gjallet dhe ti prish bildat e me.
Në hajtë, niso.
Pre, to shukri!
Hajtë që një për ishe, më sa një.
Bërëm, valla se, bërëm këse birë, soundbolsa, vish pak, shtani dropi bëj krejtve. Vish pak, shtani bëj risi.
Dhe që prishim tash këtë në të kapme. Da, e dhe të prish për ta.
E, o shukri, ç'kët të ke qish këtë murin, nuk të ke bëllë.
Mos habre mot. Mos ha mot. Bërëm këse. Bërëm, valla unë qa.
Oj,
Se ka
di,
prishë qajo. E si më ka du më ro.
O peder.
U për dërast. A danë që si ata mu që ishte.
Jo bre, dhe gejës.
Që si me gjujt. Kam.
Jo, dhe gejës, jo.
Ja kam.
O, një dhe gejës.
Që e qiti një.
Unë kam ashtë në i kështë që në kërë në në krejt.
Qa? Kur prishi shkef
o, jo, për ka bënë qëtu.
Po mamëre, o budol.
Oj, ljup.
Le njëkse qaj, dhe kanë atjetër. O, mas të talë që misionin janë nisë mi qitin atë tjerat. Shkën e se misionin, ma shpejt be. Prevish pak, mos e nes. Se po ta nisin në omën. Po ta nisin në omën për Gjermani.
Jo, mos.
Atë në Gjermani shta marrin goj ato shacat.
Je konte atë e din.
Po, ma kanë marrin goj.
Po. Ta ka marrin në atë.
Goj ka. Ama e gje për në mentone me qira ja bona thash nuk jetë të kurva keqe me qira, thash fripët.
E mi, të
Tani se.
Jo më se nes qif shagire në onës.
3, 2.
Nëse që jetë në
We're
onës.
going on
Ja,
a
nese,
trip
pa i
in a
gori,
big
nese.
rocket
Nese.
ship.
Okej.
Nese.
Që ki shoki e dhe qa
Here we
këtë
go. Shield power increasing.
Hajde bish ti qina në onës e. Qare më zë
No, na shark tu turururu, motra shark tu turururu.
Që la kja, a bësh kja është në drejt.
No, na shark tu tururu turu, si kanonën tururu turu.
Që ka bëni e djem.
Vije qapo baje, si qapo bane
Që qyro në më shumë hinë kush. O që tu i qëtia vjetën të që hinën. O edhe prishin vozën. O ka prishin vozën, o kupil.
Qa e vrej këse, te pusht, si kori.
O hi ki madhe, prishi kreqë.
Jo, be?
Shkoj të le.
O, që te besa mut kërran.
Shkoj voza.
Ama muta. Muta po
Jo, në ha mamin tonë, më i ta ha, se për mu.
Yeah, I know. O, be. O, qëto avlo mos ma thënë, korin. O, pirë, kush korit tha mi qiqe të use.
O, ma mirë, bo! Se
Ok,
të të se
jo,
të pari lot të i gjumë tani.
Kë zhviq krejt. Kë zhviq krejt. Jo doj, kë më zhviq.
O, pirë, e të është i
Kry
qizbi.
të kep të kish kë. A din.
Qa?
Kry. E kep të ka, në gjak zema. Ka posë të në kry të.
Asta vërtet të bëj kjo akuzë ndaj teje.
Ja, me po budalla s'ka shka fole. Veç o pëzo.
Oho.
Budalla vepron natën në sëndet të njerë.
Budall të me shnatën punojnë.
Na budall, kaq, çfarë kale?
Na budall!
Tre budall, kush tha ti budall? Ti as në ligjeve. Ti je i hup,
Ja, po qa
ti
ta?
je i hup, kan hup ty. Ty t'kan marrë atë në spital.
Së të shane një.
Ti e kështu ti me ma mirë, ty t'kan gjetë në rrugë.
Subscribe, can I join you? Everybody can join, just need to subscribe and like the stream. Accept, like
O shukri, a ki qkët kira?
Shka. Unë kam avë story 3 metra.
Ciao ti budalla.
O me po edhe budall.
Kira, a ki qkët?
Daj,
Qkët dropën.
shau këtë shimë nëme. Pse drop sa në
Akia?
Jo.
Në vend që në
Jo.
përdojnë. Se t'je pësene.
Ta thej ka karin e.
Last
Me
object,
ta na djen në fight.
SCP-035. SCP-035, also known as the possessive mask, appears to be a white porcelain comedy mask, but at times it will change to tragedy. When it changes, all existing visual records, such as photographs, video footage, even illustrations of SCP-035, will automatically change to reflect its new appearance. A highly corrosive and degenerative vicious liquid constantly seeps from the eye and mouth holes of SCP-035. Anything coming into contact with the liquid will slowly decay over a period of time, depending on the material, until it has decayed completely into a full of the original contaminant. Glass seems to react the slowest to the effects of the item. Hence, the Foundation uses glass to contain 035. The origin of the liquid
Shukri,
is still
qishka kom
unknown.
qiqë tu?
Qa ke qitë karin e? Po të vogër e ki më rezdiktohet.
Nuk dallohet tani nëse ka qitë ato.
Kur gjatë kom qiqë?
Dhe jo dhe se nuk dallohet, ta në vogë.
Vëzë.
Hello.
Ti me këto në shkak të gjatë është ka i duhëm i doktorin e të.
Ja, hello jam valla.
Known. It's only visible from the front and does not
Okej,
emerge
është e
or is
fituar
even
një sëllë
visible
po e
from
mi
the
ka
other
vetën
side
do
of the
të më
mask.
ajo vetën.
An individual will experience a strong urge.
Shka virë?
Ti sa dhe një mamë se ti të i të që trapa se himë.
Get the fuck out of here.
Do me ta t'il dhe në të gjashtë. Ka servis listë në nga në snaps të lanë qëtë.
Someone is throwing hot!
Po për levelin për qysh me rri.
Në me që të një power level me rritë.
Ju dhe nuk di që ata ka veti.
E pse luni, pse dhe orë?
Me madhi bokta.
A di ku hin aty së reverse.
E ku mbo
Kena
ata.
bo ato.
Po
E
më
ku mbo ata.
në nomes bro.
Me qysh në lojë, me kry në emisionin e shka. A
Ja,
ka,
është s'ka.
nuk shka në lash, do se kam vinë në samë.
E shukri, a ki
To
tu
put
më
on
për arbi.
035
Yo,
when making eye contact, or is within 1.5 to
Freeze,
2
Vamo,
meters from
freeze.
it. When 035 is
Mimi,
placed
si
on the
ka
face of
rinjak
an
ti,
individual,
Vesh di
an
ku
alternate
shkon
brainwave pattern from 035
Rinjak
will
ti,
overlap
jo.
that of the original host, effectively snuffing it out and causing brain death to the victim. Victim then claims to be the consciousness contained within SCP-035. The bodies of possessed victims will decay at a
Shia,
highly
rabe bro
accelerated rate,
marrë.
eventually becoming little more than mummified corpses. SCP-035 has been found to be able to possess anything that has a humanoid shape. Nevertheless, 035 has demonstrated the ability to remain in cognitive control of a body experiencing severe structural damage, even if the subject's body literally decays to the point where motion is not mechanically possible. But when placed on an animal's face, no such effect was found. SCP-035 was first found in a sealed crypt in an abandoned house in Venice in the 19th century. SCP Foundation found that communicating with
Çünkü acele çok
SCP-035 is
olabilir.
very much informative.
Nefes al.
Researchers have learned various details about
Tamam.
other SCP objects and history in general, as
Tamam,
035 claims to have been at many momentous events.
Nefes al çözülmeye
035 displays a highly intelligent and charismatic personality, being both amiable and flattering to all those who speak with it. However,
Şükrü hepsi
psychological
tu.
Another
Zaten
wave
çıkıyor.
coming soon.
Bici. Coming into the...
Hallå?
Prepare for an attack from the
Sabit,
east.
sabit.
Oh, my caprista here. I shouldn't like my name. Is... Oh
Uh,
my... Oh no! Please.
Adam
Please,
yürü.
Jamai, come in. Jamai, come in.
Pappa.
Ja, med Robert Ybe.
Oh my god! Please, no.
Not possible.
Bro, çak kardeşi sprungna med Steam tam, bro.
Please,
Sorry,
no
can't.
way. Slide, please.
Please! Nu
God,
tar
please, God,
raskar,
please.
please!
Ota Shiva neonen på en show.
Biological analysis has
Golly
discovered
cake, golly.
035 to possess a highly manipulative nature, capable of forcing sudden and profound changes to interviewers' psychological state. SCP-035 has proven to be highly sadistic, prompting some to commit suicide and transforming others into near-mindless servants with linguistic persuasion alone. SCP-035 has stated that it has intimate knowledge of the workings of the human mind, and implied that it could change anyone's views if given enough time. It has been determined that SCP-035 is capable of telepathy, whether or not it possesses a host. It will penetrate to the subconscious of the victim, and using the knowledge it finds to its advantage.
Şükrü işte fasta
Extreme
si kumba.
Basta. Köpa lidhje fat kin virt böföska med den.
Chill.
Fat kin mazis sai combone des meritonit sadja.
Aha. Show me am
Burada
to
insan piktu. Şöyktu. Bir de çıkıyor içe napet güneyine. Piktu içe napet güneyine. Piktu içe napet mas.
Det är viruset nej.
Ja, så är det. To jest det är nic. To jest nic. Zapomniałem.
Caution is advised when choosing subjects to converse with SCP-035. SCP-035 has expressed its interest in other SCPs, most notably SCP-4715 and SCP-682. But a professor has expressed worry that if SCP-035 bond with either, their regenerative qualities would negate its corruption and give it a permanent host.
Kushaboniki.
However, 035 was put to a few tests by the Foundation to see how dangerous and vicious it would be.
Skobobe.
After 12 days of exposing SCP-151-D to 035, SCP-151-D was completely decomposed by 035. However, 12 hours later, this albino human child with a furred tail began to reform from SCP-035's excrement. Because personnel were barred from entering the chamber and thus could not terminate SCP-151-D before it reformed completely. In another test, a D-Class personnel wearing SCP-1131-J was assigned to SCP-0...
Sa subscriber ki je?
Katarzyna Trostekauter. New subscriber, tapozy.com. Thanks for subscribing, bro.
Sapa?
Katarzyna Trostekauter. Katarzyna Trostekauter, det.
Sapa.
Han är makarin.
Det har du inte gjort.
Skavet det. Men med har nu
Pastejta! Ja!
Pastejta på. Amate, ona inte shaha. Hosen vitsa. Riktigt räväl. Nu itcha ner det på här.
Ajde, inte ona. Šta po mi?
Ja, imam kampanjen in mock tam, ja.
A ne, čo po ti?
035's containment chamber. SCP-1131-J is a
vete,
tinfoil
sitkam
hat
neku
that
štrejpa,
can block
nisi idemo trej
cognitohazards
por
when
metale
wrapped
si.
around the head. During the test, the personnel said he felt no compulsion to don 035, and this is when 035's smile altered into a frown. It has been concluded that SCP-035 became extremely uncooperative and pouty because it got defeated by a tinfoil hat. During containment, 035 has facilitated multiple escape attempts, convincing several of the research staff to aid in its bid for freedom. Fortunately, the insurrection failed, and after reviewing SCP-035's incident
شكرا
record,
تشيكي channel subscribe comment below.
شكرا Tfoe, thanks for subscribing.
High Command has ordered that it had to be permanently sealed within the facility and prohibited from being allowed any more hosts. Several personnel have protested this, with some even erupting into violence. As a direct result, all personnel that have come into contact with SCP-035 have been terminated. Going forward, all personnel that deal with SCP-035 are to be rotated frequently, and contact is to be limited, even to its dormant state, as little as possible. After several attempts to escape, the walls of SCP-035's containment cell have suddenly begun secreting a black substance, mixed with human blood. This substance is corrosive, having a pH of 4.5, and prolonged exposure to the walls has proven to be detrimental to their structural integrity. More notably, it seems to be...
Huh? Enes Baba, thanks for subscribing in this video. Jobbar mods börjar bli mod av aktiv kush radio här. Ja man gör på det mer blir det lågt aktiva chanser. Här är koden.
شكرا you can Macabo invite all شكرا Macabo invite all.
Hello.
Hello. Are you here for the giveaway or trading, bro?
Giveaway.
Okay.
Hey, vet du τι κουστικά τρέιπα.
Sorry, can't. Deadly.
Oh, great! You brought a friend. You can grant building and harvesting permissions to visitors using the Storm Shield console menu.
forming patterns on the walls. Several segments seem to be paragraphs in various languages, including Italian, Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit. Other segments appear to be diagrams depicting ritualistic sacrifice and mutilation. While the researchers were in the room examining these newly formed patterns, they have complained of hearing loud whispering and high-pitched, unnerving
I have a question.
laughter.
Yeah.
See, like, why do sometimes you speak Spanish?
I don't speak Spanish, I speak Albanian.
At irregular intervals.
So that's why I couldn't understand you.
Yeah.
Personnel in the section working
Why do you
daily
do that?
near and around
Just in case.
SCP-035's containment unit have suffered catastrophic morale damage, with an all-time high in suicide rates in staff in that area, whether or not they have ever had contact with SCP-035.
What?
You know Spanish or anything?
I know English, Macedonian, Serbian,
Okay, but
Bulgarian.
I thought you were supposed to do like the Dropbox.
Your microphone is muted now. Hello. Your mic is
But I
muted.
think you're supposed to be a Dropbox because in the title it says Dropbox.
Oh, my title has just been like that. I'm gonna change it after that. Just like.
Okay.
For this
Hey bro, I have a question.
Yeah.
Maybe can you give me like some traps or something?
I cannot give you traps. I'm gonna ask people for traps.
Oh, ask people? Why, do you need some?
Yeah, I really need some.
Hold on bro. Take this.
No. Get this for giveaway, please. Here.
Wait, hold on. Before. No, I want to donate that.
Oh, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it. You want anything else?
What about materials?
Sunbeam, Brightcore, like those things?
Yeah, just give me like Sunbeam or Brightcore.
I have all this Brightcore. I don't have any. I have in my storage, but I don't have more. I can give you
Okay.
this too. Look, wait.
Okay, bro, hold on. Do you wanna? You can take this as well.
Why, bro?
I just wanna help out.
Thank
That's
you
why.
so much.
What about a sword? Can you give me a sword?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the Founder's Blaze. It's like the best sword you can find.
Is it really fast?
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Wait, hold on. See, this might be a little too insane, but
Thank you. Thank you.
wait,
So,
hold on. I'm wrong gun.
bro.
All these.
No, get one more, okay? You want one more? For free?
Sure.
For free. Just for free, okay? Don't give me anything.
Okay, I just wanted to help out you.
Thank you so much,
Bye, bro.
Bye.
Bye.
Shaki bo kremal. Hen partichana. Shaki bo kremal. Hen partichana. Yo, Skamad.
5. The only change in SCP-035's dormant behavior is its glass case containment. Degradation of the case has increased to a high degree, enough so that the glass will occasionally shatter, causing a wide dispersal of SCP-035's containment. This will occur quite often at the most inopportune times, so far resulting in 6 casualties and 3 fatalities of the Foundation staff. In light of the mass suicide, homicide, and morale damage of the members in SCP-035 containment area, and general loss of staff dealing with SCP-035 to either death or insanity, it has been decided to coat the inner and outer walls of its containment cell with SCP-148, which is the ability to block or hinder extrasensory mind-affecting properties of living organisms in proximity to it. The use of SCP-148 has worked well, causing morale and suicide rates to return to near pre-SCP-035 rates. However, the material appears to facilitate the negativity within the cell, causing a veritable greenhouse effect inside. Personnel inside the cell have stated that they feel a heavy sense of dread, fear, anger, and general depression, as well as hearing constant, nearly inaudible whispering upon immediate entry.
Oh, he was here. What happened? I came back and everyone was gone. No. I'm gonna accept that 440.
A prolonged stay causes severe migraines, suicidal tendencies, heavy hemorrhaging of blood vessels around the eyes and inside the mouth and nose, general hostility to others. The whispering will increase to almost deafening volume, intersected by a constant mocking laughter. Exposure of more than 3 hours will inevitably result in the subject falling into a deep psychosis and attempting to harm either themselves or others. Most of them begin to speak in Latin or Greek, despite the fact that several did not previously know how to speak said languages beforehand. The presence of blood in both word and diagram formations around 035's containment has increased disproportionately, the walls becoming cluttered and the formations beginning to overlap each other. The substance has proven to be both difficult to clean and even more corrosive than was originally recorded. General estimation gives the current walls a life of 2 months before they will need replacement. It is becoming gradually more and more difficult to contain SCP-035. The walls, ceiling, and floor of SCP-035's containment cell have now been completely saturated in blood. Constant cleaning efforts are being instated. According to the latest addendum, the magnitude, intensity, and reoccurrence of the phenomena that occur within SCP-035's containment cell have increased to an alarming degree. The cell door has been known to become locked of its own accord while personnel are inside, and unable to be opened for a long time. Appendages form out of the larger puddles of blood and often attempt to grab or harm personnel near them. Blurry apparitions have started appearing to staff. Electronic devices no longer work inside the cell, and the light cannot be turned on, forcing those entering to use electric-based light sources. Cleaning measures are having no discernible effect on the cell, and the walls are degrading at a very high rate, forcing them to be replaced within a week at best, although the blood makes it nearly impossible to properly achieve this. Foundation was forced to move 035 to a new cell entirely, with the old one sealed off and disengaged from the rest of the facility. Before we end this video, we are proud to
440 accepts, yeah. 2 more subs. Only 2 more subs.
Not possible.
present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art. A big thank you to all of you. You can now send us your fan art, and we will be... From the tallest of the piles of the dead came a monster. It burst forth from the dead like a great fish from the sea, and its bellow was so evil it could not possibly come from a godly creature. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today we bring instinctively fleeing from its scent. 4715 displays a level of intelligence roughly on par with that of a chimpanzee, and displays an aptitude for the fashioning and usage of tools as weapons. 4715 is also highly intuitive. It can accurately read the emotional and mental state of human beings around it. If 4715 perceives a subject intending to harm another, including itself, it will rapidly gain mass proportional to the number of such subject. The most egregious breach saw 4715 reach a height of approximately 24 meters and a weight approaching an estimated 56,000 kilograms. But depictions in recovered historic artifacts suggest the potential to grow larger, given sufficient exposure to situations of conflict. This effect reverses quickly as soon as it can no longer sense the harmful intentions of others, and it radiates intense heat as its mass decreases. 4715 has been observed attempting to draw uninvolved individuals into states of conflict, just to increase its biomass, and often displays fascination and attraction towards states of conflict between human beings. Additionally, 4715 has proven highly resistant to most forms of conventional weaponry and physical trauma. It possesses reasonably consistent internal systems, and testing has shown that it does not require any form of nutrition to survive. It is resistant to most toxins, both artificial and naturally produced, as well as radiation, and caustic or acidic chemical exposure. Oils produced beneath its fur and skin flame makes 4715 resistant to temperatures higher than 1600 degrees Celsius and below negative 150 degrees Celsius. The most reliable method of control appears to be lacrimatory agent, a chemical that will cause severe eye and respiratory pain, and capsicanoids, which it appears to have no particular resistance to. In addition to SCP-4715's considerable natural durability, it can regrow significant amounts of lost tissue, including limbs that have been lost in violent encounters. Repair and regeneration of injuries and trauma will always spread outwards from the central nervous system, and will take longer to repair the more significant it is. To date, nothing is proven capable of causing damage to 4715's cranium, vertebral column, or central nervous system, and nothing is proven capable of neutralizing its capacity for regeneration. The existence of 4715 was confirmed by Foundation following an event that happened in October of 19...
Vlad,
Inte hon har sen okej.
No.
jag tänkte köra här, okej.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, tá a jogar folha. Tem que شوي زين فيديو. قاعدين شكاين فيديو كشت. أبو دولين من أي بيتزايت أوناش. قاعدين تتفيديو. Jag menar, vi säger att den tycker jag är cool,
16, but there is evidence suggesting its origin
Jag kan inte.
dates back significantly further in history. Recovered documents originating from various groups of interest, historical artifacts, and archaeological finds suggest that SCP-4715 has existed in its present form for most of human history. In 1981, a large wood carving originating from the mid-14th century Prussia was sent to the SCP Foundation. It depicts 16 mounted Teutonic knights engaging in a cavalry charge against 4715. This is one of the earliest known depictions of 4715's size-altering effect known. If the scale of this depiction is correct, it depicts 4715 being 9.4 meters in height, while engaging 16 mounted knights, which is consistent with the size change displayed in modern observations. An engraving translated to read, "Banishing of the beast from the earth," is present beneath the image. In 2005, a series of proto-human cave paintings were discovered in the Ardèche region of France. These paintings consist of imagery of 4715 engaging in attacks upon humanoid figures, with many examples being surrounded by skulls and other symbolic imagery. Radiocarbon dating places the origin of these paintings at being approximately 32 to 30,000 years before present. And while an archaeological team was researching on 4715, a journal that seems to be the depiction of 4715 by a Chinese farmer was found, and was then confiscated by the Foundation. The journal has sketches and descriptions about a monster emerging from a large pile of battlefield casualties and proceeding to move at speed in the direction of Nanjing. The following is a translated passage from the journal. After the village was massacred and the soldiers moved on, there were many bodies still clinging to earthly possessions that could be of great aid to my family. Waiting for the cover of nightfall, the smell was even worse than usual for a massacred town, and it seemed in the light of the setting sun that the sea of corpses stretched as far as the eye could see. Then, from the tallest of the piles of the dead, came a monster. It burst forth from the dead like a great fish from the sea, and its bellow was so evil it could not possibly come from a godly creature. It shook the blood from its midnight hair and fled with haste to Nanjing. This discovery of LOI 517 Sigma has proven invaluable in not only broadening the knowledge of SCP-4715, but also in providing many of the current containment procedures implemented today. If it wasn't for the knowledge obtained from this site, SCP Foundation would likely still be trying to contain 4715 with automated gunfire, and having to withstand containment breaches every few years. LOI 517 Sigma is a cave discovered by civilians in 2009, but was then further investigated by the Foundation. It was described as some kind of shiny bunker or Egyptian Colosseum in some caves, lit up by shiny plants. Investigation revealed that this structure was a long abandoned and dormant entrance to an organic complex. This complex has been determined to have served as the containment of 4715. There are minimal
I
signs
catch a
of
live
damage to
in
any of the
Evolve.
structures, and the organic devices within are alive and powered, but inactive.
Except
A substructure at the bottom of the complex has been confirmed as once housing
He's fucking
SCP-4715
He's
and
lying
is
to you.
constructed from
Subscribe.
He's
indestructible plant
lying
material,
to you guys.
inscribed with various designs
Don't
bearing
betray
similarity
me.
to those found in various occult manuscripts and cave paintings. The structure features multiple redundant doors and linked security features, all of which are inactive. Rooms throughout the rest of the complex appear to be focused on providing research, administrative, and residential functionality, and show no sign of habitation. Throughout the complex are multiple images and descriptions of SCP-4715, depicting it engaging numerous instances of the original owners of LOI-517 Sigma and other unidentified entities in combat, in a manner largely consistent with modern observation, though some depictions show 4715 significantly larger than any previously recorded size. It is unknown if this is due to the artistic interpretations being inaccurate, or if 4715 can indeed reach even larger sizes. Beyond those pertaining to containment, there are two notable sources of documentation regarding 4715 that may shed some light on the possible origin of it. The first document was found carved above the access ports on the structure comprising the containment chamber, formerly housing 4715. The text is well preserved, but sections have been rendered incomprehensible by large scratches obscuring the writing. It is hypothesized that it was carved as a failsafe in the event of power outage, and found in another document a text.
Cá. Eu fiquei com pessoas. Olha. Oh my god, my big discussion. Here comes Chen, super chatting, ding. Yo, hello Z, hello Julie, hello Storm. Just let me do this. Tamančko vam fund. Ja, ne. Tamančko vam fund, kse? Rage pushite. Taman e kryva gati të wave i fundit këtë në qitë I rjetë. Tash do të riherë. Edhe një fucking herë. Edhe po të është si kam ata. Let's let me move this big bang. Should be doing fine. Just let me move. Needs to turn that straight. Avevo cucicciotto, ci caspita. E tre non sta bene video, non manca, ci c'è Resnay. Non sta small here. What do I have here? Schematics, this, accessing the access this way. Can I change this? No, I need this. Quindi Afrikanise lärta. Skilluckret lärt. Tikukevici bases. Fata heka barnen ni kalipape ban. Risha huka punayose. Tikukevilukke. Do I have any of my friends here? Nah. Jag vet vem kommer ihop tjena men tror jag att ni vet vem. Please hold. Landmark in 47. Mamma just det har faktiskt klart. Kurs expedition. Purple for cotton green, legit. Kurs purple. Pika purple. Purple pickup. Astronaut. Taken shield. Purple pickup, purple pickup, purple pickup. Какой что-то почти не нам даже попал. Что чья-то бил самобон действуешь. Через You give me guns, yes, but you have to like and subscribe to stream. So if you want to join, you have to like and subscribe to stream. So make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure it's almost right. Always gonna be giveaways, so make sure. Always gonna be giveaways, so make sure to like and subscribe to stream if you want to join. Streamet året jag bara tycker just level vågar. Thank you for subscribing and now you can join the giveaway. You need coal. I don't think I have coal, but I can give you guns. I have guns, a lot of guns. And I'm gonna do giveaway guns. And just let me join the game. Hello everyone. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and like the stream so you can join. Well, yesterday I was done. I will do rejoin every day. But I give you gun and I finish with you, and then every man I finish with them, I make blocks so I can remember who is joined and who is not. You understand, you understand. I unblock every day, every next day. You guys always gonna be QA. Always the gonna be QA, so if you want to join, you have to like and subscribe to me, and all your views are gonna be yours. It's DSM_Abo, or you can type it in. Escuchemos materiales, no está ahí como el menú de eso. Se coach chat. Ni avren aktiv att du muito que achar coisa. All of it is gonna be giveaways, so make it to join. Mamma ci aspetta. Adesso ti chiedo. Ci toppo te, ci compri. Ya, ci aspetta. Mamma, falle. Thank you for the best for wonderful love. So nasty. Cold. Thank you. I don't have that Twitch anymore, but I forgot to change it. I love it. Ralph, cercare in arte di modo è perfetto. Hello?
Hello?
Qui abbiamo qualcosa. No. Can you fix your microphone because it's too loud?
Sorry, can't.
Yo, hello? Ben. Can you lower your microphone because it's too loud? Alright? Where? Yes. Here. Unfortunately. Do you have any traps? Do you have any? Do you have any? Yeah, I know. I feel better, but I don't have more guns to give it to you. I do just 3 guns. I do just 3. I give you 3 guns. Yes. Do you have any bright core or some beam more efficient?
Is this family friendly?
Text was painted onto a wall
Come here.
within
Come
the
here.
complex beside a large organic mechanism
Come
with
here. Come here.
various
Just wait a
interfaces.
second. Come here.
And it quote, "The day the flowers bloomed was long ago now. Our shining cities are gone.
Can you
The
drop how
surviving
many
children
sunbeam
turned
do you
to
have?
beasts of the earth. We are
What
gone
do you
now.
have?
The children of the sun have turned our
Can you
weapons
drop
upon
just to
themselves,
see?
and they sleep in the night. They know not of the demon born from war, and cast aside any tool that could turn aside its fury. Endless rotation ends now. May the hairless usurpers suffer at its hands and pay for their
Only
transgression.
this?
To any child of the night who finds my message, know that I have committed this crime to avenge our demise.
No,
You will
it's
not forgive
little.
me." It is pre-assumed that this text controlled the security or power
Do
of
you
the
have
complex.
any?
SCP-1000, the skeleton of an SCP-1000 instance was discovered resting on the floor
Do
of the
you have
room
any
with a
Twin
hole
Peaks?
in its skull.
Twin Peaks?
If you want to know more about
It's-
SCP-1000, also known as Children of the
It's
Night, click here for the video.
green item.
Analysis and
Twin Peaks. Its name is Twin Peaks. No, I don't have any of those. Oh yes, yes, I have. This. Do you have any of this? How many do you have? Can you drop? Can you drop? Just drop and I can see how many do you have. I will not take it. Just drop how many do you have. Only this? It's a little for a gun. If you give me this, your sunbeam, and if you have any of active power cell. Do you have any active power cell? Do you have any of this? Any of this? How many do you have? Can you give that to me and this, and I'm gonna give you a weapon? Söyleme şomera. Okay. Okay, there is. Okay, here's your weapon, more weapon. And now it's a goodbye. Goodbye, my friend. Guys, if you want to join, you have to like and subscribe this stream.
and
So make sure to
radiocarbon
subscribe
dating
and
of the
like
skull
stream.
suggests that the individual killed
Should be
itself
here,
34
Shimona.
to 33,000 years before present.
But
But for now, SCP-4715 has been contained in the containment complex within Area
they have mic?
4715-23. Area 4715-23
Ali,
is an
is
underground
this you?
compound located 315 meters below sea
Oh,
level
thanks.
at an undisclosed location within Canada's Stykine region. chosen for
Okay,
both its distance from the
144,
nearest
I
city
have
and
just
proximity
the
to LOL
244.
517 Sigma.
And
Stocks of materials
when I do
required for
restart,
Procedure
you can join.
4715
So you
Waning
join
Moon
and
are
I
to be
give you
maintained
one.
on site.
But right now I don't
Procedure
have any
4715 Waning Moon is a ritual that must be performed on the full moon
For
of each
that
month
I can
and
give you
requires the use of 1 D-class personnel,
143
hereby referred to as the shaman,
and one of
60
this,
kilograms
and
of
one
red
this.
meat,
It's
a
all
hand-woven
over the
wicker
place.
basket, and human blood. The shaman must be anointed with human blood and will then place the meat within the wicker basket. No other personnel may carry out this task. The shaman will proceed to enter the containment chamber holding
Do you have any
4715 and
efficient?
place the meat on the ground before 4715.
Just stay there.
They will then prostrate themselves
Don't
before
you?
the basket and
Do you have
recite
any
the phrase,
efficient?
"This we offer for your
Do you have
continued
any
torpor,
of these?
flesh of your time, blood of my
Any of
blood."
these?
The shaman must remain prostrate and continue reciting the phrase until
do you have any
SCP-4715
of
has consumed the entirety of the meat.
These? Do you have any
After
of these?
consuming the meat, 4715 may or may not kill and consume the
Do you have
shaman,
any
but doing
of-
so does not indicate a failure of the
What do
procedure.
I need?
If the
No,
shaman
do you have any
survive,
of these?
they are to retrieve the basket and exit the containment chamber.
Any of these?
Failure to perform Procedure 4715, Waning Moon, will result in an exponential increase in aggression from SCP-4715. To date, most of these attempts have been successful. The continued use of surviving shamans has been approved, along with reward, punitive, and incentive programs among the D-class population held on site, in an effort to ensure the continued success of Procedure 4715 Waning Moon. Before we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art. A big thank you to all of you. You can now send us your fan art, and we will be more than happy to share
Pano
your
e
best
mission
art
punkt
piece in our next video. Check out our
forte,
description
come on.
below on how to submit.
Taş
I hope you
nükün
enjoyed
çok
today's
imo.
video. Which SCP do you
Ah,
want to
henüz
see
çok
in the
ya.
next video, and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below.
Ah, çok
We will
iyi.
draw your
Ahin mo.
Cool.
No, they haven't checked mission. Only this, okay, I can
Yeah.
give you one more of these. And these.
352 will first remove and eat the limbs of her prey to prevent it from wandering away,
fine.
and then take several days to fully devour the rest of it. Humans have been observed to still be
Now,
in a euphoric
Alec, can I
state
kick
and have
you
no
because
knowledge of
other
the
people
outside
want to
world,
join?
even as they suffer the loss of
Is
limbs
that the
and other
problem? I
bodily
will not
tissue.
ban you.
Hello everybody, I'm
If
the
you want
Rubber.
to trade
Today
more,
we
you
bring you
can trade
SCP
that.
Foundation Keter Class
No,
Object
I have to let them
SCP-352. SCP-352,
This
also known as Baba Yaga,
Come
appears
here.
to be an incredibly old, emaciated
One of you,
woman
one
of
of you,
indeterminate
go
age
back,
and
one of
race.
you.
352
No,
speaks
no,
Old
go away,
Russian,
go away.
but with an accent and
You
dialect
with
that makes it
reckon,
even
reckon
harder to
next time, go
understand
there
and
in
translate.
that another box.
352 usually does not converse with any of the
Avani,
members
go
of the
there.
SCP Foundation,
Yes,
but when
you.
she does, her
Because
words
he
come
is
off as
first.
threats of
you
revenge
have
or
mic?
bodily harm. 352 has never identified herself by any name, and due to her aggressive nature, it has been impossible to determine any background information. SCP-352 possesses a level of strength and speed much higher than what should be possible for a person of her perceived age and physical
Now
dimensions,
come
and
here.
has been shown moving loads in excess of 200 kilograms with little
Hello,
physical
are you
strain,
here
and
for a
moving at
giveaway or
speeds
you
in
want
excess
trade?
of 70 kilometers per hour.
I
352
don't
can
have
recover
any
from
of
wounds
those.
that would be
I'm
lethal to a human being,
low.
including
Okay.
decapitation and disemboweling. This regeneration can take between several days to several weeks, depending on severity.
Nah, I don't need
Internally,
it.
352
This is
appears
more
to be
rare
a
than
normal
that.
human woman, with muscles, bones, and organs in a state consistent with her advanced age. SCP-352 is capable of growing very thin, hair-like strands from any part of her body, apparently at will. These strands can grow several meters in an hour, and appear to be at least partially under the control of 352. They have been observed crawling along floors and up walls and other structures. These hairs are clear and nearly invisible to the naked eye, and appear to be slightly weaker than standard human hair. The strands are also coated in a thin layer of chemical enzyme identical to the
Yeah,
enzyme
traps.
in the saliva of 352. SCP-352 produces an enzyme that is most concentrated in the saliva
Drop,
and hair,
just
but is present in all
drop,
bodily
trap. Do you have any
tissues of
traps?
352.
We can trade
How it is
with
produced and its exact chemical makeup are unknown. This enzyme reacts
No,
in
no.
contact with human tissue
If you
and
are
rapidly
here,
attacks
did
the
you like
nervous
and
system.
subscribe to this stream?
Anyone who comes into contact with the enzyme will experience symptoms almost immediately, which include
Why you want to
hallucinations,
open that?
euphoria, suppression of cognitive
But
or logical
why?
thinking, and suppression of pain receptors. This state will
Avani,
persist for
here's
several
your
days
weapon
if
for
the
the
exposure to the
giveaway.
enzyme is mild
I'm getting my
and can
guns.
become
You need to
permanent with
subscribe
high
to me.
exposure. Unfortunately, bites from 352 will lead
I
to high
don't have
exposure
those.
in
Take that gun.
99.9% of
Do you want
cases.
to take that gun or no?
SCP-352 appears to subsist on a carnivorous
Bye.
diet with a strong preference for human flesh. 352 will create a web of hair and wait for prey to become exposed to
hello,
the
do you have
enzyme
mic?
and become more docile. Once she
Microphone?
has her prey within her grasp,
Hello?
352
Are you
will
here
first
for a
remove and
giveaway
eat the
or you want
limbs
to
of her
trade?
prey to prevent it from wandering away,
Did
and
you
then
like
take
and
several
subscribe
days
to
to
stream?
fully devour the rest of it. Humans
Hey,
have been
can you
observed
comment
to
one
still
time
be
hi
in a
in the
euphoric
chat?
state and have no knowledge of the outside world, even as they suffer the loss of limbs and
waiting.
other bodily tissue. SCP-352 prefers any type of human flesh over any other type of meat. While 352 kills and eats any human that she comes across, she prefers to feed on children between the ages of 0 to 2. After observation of 352 highly elevated levels of cooperation and a reduced tendency to attack staff while consuming flesh of this type, a possible alteration in the current diet is being considered. Personnel who works at 352's containment site requested the use of SCP-604 and SCP-1680 as a more efficient food source for 352. SCP-604
I'm not
is a
accepting
set
my
of
guns up,
tableware
so-
and dishes. Some are studded with diamonds and rubies, and some are made from fine materials such as porcelain and crystal. Whenever an edible solid is placed onto one of the plates or a liquid is poured into one of the drink
Okay,
vessels,
just
the
let
food
them
will
see, did you
transform into
subscribe?
human flesh, or the nearest
Yeah, he
equivalent
will
organ, body part, or fluid. For example, fleshy steaks will turn into cuts from the thigh, and red wine or juices into human blood. If
Do
604
you have any
is used
efficient
as
or anything
352's
to
food
try?
source, there is no need to sacrifice innocent human infants. On the other hand, SCP-1680 is a collection of identical humanoid entities. Through genetic testing, 1680 has been determined to be an exact replica of Tyler
Bye.
Buchanan, an 8-year-old boy declared missing on the 11th of February 2007. Instances of 1680 are 137 centimeters in height
puntor.
and 38.5 kilograms
Acho
in
que
mass
500,
upon acquisition. Each
Afat kütőt.
Nós um cliente adiciona.
instance of SCP-1680
A
believes
metade
itself to be
ninguém
Tyler
calma que está watching geeky.
Asta mi şey diyecek.
Acho que
Çüş.
a metade está watching geeky.
Po.
Buchanan
That's
and
not
possesses
stressing in this one.
Nak.
All these weapons gonna be giveaways, so make sure to
identical
like and
memories
subscribe
up to
if
the
you
day
want
of
to
his disappearance. Genetic testing has concluded
Yes, Sasha.
that each instance is genetically identical to one another and to the original Tyler Buchanan. Each instance of 1680 demonstrates extreme emotional distress when
Just
exposed to
wait a
other
second.
copies of 1680. However, due to unknown reason, the request for using 604 and
Just wait
1680
and
is
listen,
currently
okay?
still pending for approval from the project
Okay,
director.
yeah, wait, find this.
SCP-352 was discovered in a
Sino
southern Russian town.
Acho que é cá que
Reports of an
está.
enchanted forest and a witch who had caused several
Acho
deaths
que-
were initially
Ah,
Acho que é cá que já está.
det får vi där vi blir helt kyl.
In inventory and
ignored until
I'm
reports of
gonna
the witch
accept
being
right now. Just wait.
Kom här Hibir.
The BS and Streamlabs. Packet using the sources. Trynar aqui, deixa eu viewer count.
Kommer det.
The widgets.
Widget.
Det är någon dias rekord utav.
Andiat. Ekad.
Chata pega ADD. Betxelet. Chata Twitch bunun şuna hekayet.
Çüş mig.
Çocuk bu ki ona Twitch'a chata heke.
Det
Packet donor. arăți tash. Uite suba să te... Isso curtă mici și suba să te mici și dash. Nice.
GG.
Le menșăm
Olha-me
încălzăvă.
Descobre-se.
Found and captured began to surface. When Foundation agents responded and headed out to investigate, the town was found deserted. Several bodies were found in varying states of decomposition,
Don't do
and
please,
blood
no,
trails
it's a
appeared to show
copyright
many
music,
more
don't do
bodies
it.
being dragged into the enchanted forest.
Don't do
The
it that
Foundation
more,
agents
I'll
were
get
able
a
to
kick
capture
you.
352, but they had suffered major
I'm gonna
casualties
kick you.
due to SCP-352's attack and exposure to the enzyme.
Come here.
A large
Come
amount
here,
of
come
hair
here, come here,
was
blue-
recovered as
blue-
well,
blue face.
and is believed to be the cause of
Blue
many
face.
exposure incidents, with contact being attributed to
In
spider
this
webs
cousin.
or an agent's own hair, and not
Do you have
reported
mic?
until hallucinations
Microphone, do you
manifested.
have microphone?
After the successful capture of 352, this old lady was then put into a containment area
Do you have
that is to
mic?
remain sealed at all times.
Microphone,
No
do you
human
have?
interaction is allowed with 352.
Okay, here's
All
your
interaction
gun
should be
for
carried
the
out via
giveaway.
robot or other remote means. If human interaction become necessary, full hazmat containment
face,
protocols
you
should
can
be
take
observed,
him, you
and
can
full
go.
hazmat suit should be worn at all times.
Look
In addition,
and
security
keep
lines must be attached to all personnel. Should any personnel begin to exhibit erratic behavior, they are to be immediately removed from the containment area via the security lines. Any staff reporting hallucinations after interaction with 352 or her hair are to immediately be placed under quarantine. Any staff working in or around the containment area must submit to random psychological and physical testing. Anyone found to be contaminated will be placed into immediate quarantine. Staff attacked by SCP-352 may only be recovered if they have not been bitten by 352. 352 is to be fed only once a week. Feeding will be discontinued for 1 month if 352 attacks any personnel. Although 352's containment area is always sealed, but one time, SCP-3783-1 instances managed to break in, and 2 of which had interacted with SCP-352. SCP-3783-1 instances are mutated biological organisms after entering SCP-3783. 3783 is a single-roomed log cabin that is located in the wilderness of Siberia. Inside it is decorated with furs, has 1 rocking chair, a fireplace, a wardrobe, a chest, and a cauldron. It has 2 windows on the sides, and a single wooden door allowing for entry. There were rumors saying that 3783 is 352's cottage, hence the interaction between 3783-1 instances and 352 was very peaceful, and strangely loving. The following transcript is from surveillance footage. Begin log. SCP-352 is sitting at the corner of its containment chamber.
Come here.
After 40 seconds, a vent that led into the chamber suddenly burst open,
Do you
which
have
2
mic?
3783-1 instances crawl out of. Simultaneously, other 3783-1 instances were
No,
attacking from Gate A. One instance resembled a gastropod with 2 arm-like appendages. It quickly moves to the door, and a bulbous sac on its back began to expand and
No, I
bursts,
don't need
covering
those.
the door with a thick mucus.
Or if you
The
want
second
to, I
instance
can
was
give you
feline
some.
and resembled a bearded dragon, which moves towards SCP-352. The instance had in its mouth what appears to be a human fetus, which it places on the floor in front of SCP-352. SCP-352 reaches for the fetus and begins to devour it. SCP-352 then pats the instance's head.
Take it.
The instance and SCP-352
For the
appear to
little
briefly
boy.
converse, before
You get 2 guns and
SCP-352 stands and moves
some
towards the
water.
instance.
And now I can take it.
SCP-352 kneels down
Oh, take
and
it,
appears
take
to
it, take
whisper
it,
to the
take it,
instance.
take it, because I'm gonna
Instance then
fucking
nods
say
its
that.
head and returns into the vent, as SCP-352
Hade
stands
kom på
idly
det
while facing
naziburak.
the camera for the remainder of the footage. In log.
Shakiki, Akimo.
The instance
Nuts and bolts, Aki.
Okay, people. Here, guys.
Nuts and bolts, ha.
3133.
Det ska inte kännas så sjukt.
Everybody wants to join right now because I was watching videos on YouTube. Sorry about
En
that.
miljard där till
One
du.
second, let me craft something. What I need a
Robert
fish.
Robert?
I need to stone.
För du stekar till jag på diorma.
Nope.
Vad gör sen dörren?
Jaha, okej.
Sen tjetër qa si pikit wine apo dënë duket kam.
Sa i ki
Qa shiri.
Sa ka
Ti
vajt.
se po të nëmri pikit
pikit wine. Vetë që ka thu pikit wine, vetë i ka vetë qyshe.
I kam 329.
329,
Po.
ti jepi 4 armë.
Ja, më të dora.
Që sa po dënë. Gjera ti gjelë për të.
Ti drog krejt.
Një stak, 200 drapne.
129 ti drogi.
Drapne 200, po shko ka të vinë ty, hajtë.
O më vynë, më sa hindi.
O, kry, drapne sa
Në
dush,
një
hajtë.
të krejt.
O, kry, bën drapne sa dush.
129.
This was later found at Provisional Site 78
Okay,
within
hold the
SCP-3783's chamber. It was found deceased in front of SCP-3783 and was buried in a clump of dirt.
A shkojna.
Before we end this video, we are proud to present these
Do të skar me shkurduse, a do në skar me
Hajde
shkurduse.
shkëtu se bire.
A do një shkar gjëri.
Mary Jane.
Hajde. A ki nevoj për që se?
Shkajna ta. Sot të ta kikse.
I kam ishta që në skarejtë.
Ok, që këtë këshu edhe në komisari jam vinë.
Hey, I would like to buy you a duplicate glitch. Hey, I would like to buy you a duplicate glitch that always works and have a release.
Shuq me duplikatin e ti.
Okay, yes, Road. You can. I
Pse
want
kia?
to buy it. You can put the mashit.
Të isha për dem.
Kam 1000 cupa i kam.
Sot vynë, sot mund është me mi dropa dhe dropa.
These
Do you have
incredibly
mic?
sweet pieces of fan art.
Masa kam bën lak.
Mikrofon.
Catch
Just take kam me të dropa.
SCP-3166's composition
microphone.
in the field has shown that its interior
Mic,
mass
mic,
is
do you have
composed
mic?
entirely
Can you
out of
talk?
pasta, specifically
please.
lasagna.
Talk to me.
SCP-3166 will appear in the
You need
vicinity of a
those?
suitable individual, hereafter referred to
Mm.
as
That's
the
how they
target,
matter,
and move towards their location. Known targets of SCP-3166 have included
Yeah.
individuals prominently involved in rival media to the Garfield
Take
franchise,
dropa.
individuals formerly involved in the production of the Garfield comic
And
strip,
here's just
individuals
a
involved in
dump of
parodies of the
boy.
Garfield franchise, vocal critics of the Garfield franchise, and
Okay.
last
Mm.
but
Must
not
eat
least,
this steak.
Garfield creator
These
Jim
words
Davis.
is not my
This has
friend.
only occurred on occasions where the negative reception Garfield was
you do?
receiving could be traced back to
What
Mr.
is
Davis's
your
poor
final
management of the
step?
franchise. Upon reaching its target,
This data
3166 will attempt to inflict
turn
bodily harm
on
upon them
what you
through a
do.
mixture of blunt
Upon which
force
don't
using
know
nearby
what was
objects
that
and
Back
force
out
feeding
enough?
of lasagna.
Yeah.
The lasagna
then
was
say-
obtained through self-disembowelment. During this process, SCP-3166 will vocalize by
No mic.
meowing, purring,
Atë vynë plong
and
sa.
screeching in the manner of an extreme
Ja.
Rokure.
Ja, ma qfar që ta që japa një një dy stokë së më vinë.
Fucking hell, I'm gonna fucking remove
A
you.
ki që që se? Sliki.
Sleep,
Bitch.
sleep, kanë i bëjt parë s'kam bëndë.
Ma se fishën të është. Ta din...
Ty në sërejt në duke t'i kam parë. 3, ja, si sa.
Ai, këtëri. Mësi me hit, dri. Trade it, we can trade if you
I
want.
kam gjosh.
Just nice. Yes, everybody can join, but you have to like and subscribe to the stream if you want to join.
extremely agitated
Make
cat.
sure to subscribe and like the
Lasagna
stream. We're gonna
outside
make all of this then
SCP-3166's
giveaway,
mask
and
has proven to be an
no
effective
guns
form
cut.
of bait for 3166.
there's a half
Upon
and
seeing the
couple.
lasagna, SCP-3166
Super
will
Stan,
abandon
sorry,
its
I must
original
buy me a
goal
C-shirt.
and instead attempt to incorporate the pasta into itself.
Që mu I me maru.
SCP-3166 first manifested on the 23rd of October
Përkat, I kam
1989
dy përka
within the
gall.
Chicago offices of
Sa
United
të
Media,
përki?
who were the
Nisha,
publishers of the
okay.
Garfield comic
Nisha,
strip at
go.
the time. Upon manifestation, 3166
Sorry.
wandered
Drop
around
your,
the offices
three
in a
legs.
confused and distressed manner,
Three
before
legs, yeah,
indiscriminately
three
assaulting any individuals
That's
present
illegal.
after security attempted to apprehend it.
Wow.
It
Done,
disappeared
just
20
here?
minutes later. Foundation agents responding to the situation distributed amnestics as appropriate.
säden.
Over the course of the following week,
Det
similar
sagt,
manifestations took place at
det
several
kan
United
prata
Media
med
offices
Niklas
around the country,
Adekvaker.
ending on the 29th of October
Hade du klart
1989.
idrott
Following
What's
that date,
wrong,
3166
Inte
altered its
de
behavior
transporter
to its
utan
current
där.
Tamam
form.
bayağı değil fırsat
The
ya.
week of Garfield comic
Man
strips
idrott
below,
gick ut
beginning on the
som hon vill.
23rd of
Så
October.
بيتريد men يعني بيتريد. هذا فعليا كان مش بيتريد. تاسكي ما شو معها؟
Jude.
إني ما köper sig många هي.
Gör mer än allt som vi.
Materialet drack.
Fan är.
Försvaret. Materialet.
Det är fan materialet.
Med Tula drog också.
Tuulla ihan nimi.
Metall.
Kalik sama do.
Guys, you need to like and subscribe first, please.
October 1989
Huh?
was believed to be its
And
pataphysical
like and
awakening.
Они чудили банд,
Day
Микки
1,
Бардж,
the
да, так,
23rd of
позиция
October
роcket
1989.
Sani.
Garfield woke
Rocket
up from a sleep and felt an eerie sensation. As he was walking out of his room, he did not feel right, as if the place was not his own home. Day 2, the 24th of October 1989. He felt lonely because the house was empty. John was not home, and so was Odie.
Кибра,
Day 3, the
поебан ты,
25th
ты
of
будешь,
October
ты не сплюй.
1989. Garfield thought to himself, John must be at the grocery. There was a for sale sign outside of his house, and the house looks like it had been abandoned for a long time. Day 4, the 26th of October 1989. Garfield had the shock of his life. If the house had been abandoned for a long time, it means that he has not lived there for many years. Day 5, the 27th of October 1989. Garfield welcomed John and Odie, and they brought home his food. However, this was entirely Garfield's imagination. Garfield grappled with his greatest fear, loneliness.
Man who want to join
Day
and
6,
any
the
subscriber
28th of
Obsidiana.
October 1989. This strip started with a drawing of a horrified eye,
Shadow
and it wrote, after years of taking life for granted, Garfield is shaken by a horrifying vision of the inevitable process called time. Garfield cried out, "I don't want to be alone."
So.
At the corner end of the comic strip wrote, "An imagination is a powerful tool. It can tint memories of the past, shape perceptions of the present, or paint a future so vivid that it can entice or terrify, all depending upon how we conduct ourselves today." Initially, individuals involved with production of Garfield comic strips claimed to have no memory on working on that week's strips.
Njale, Tamara injarmene.
No, Jack.
Ja, som vi mamma då.
Jäpi näitä trap.
Ai, så treipa.
Jäpi Josh traipa.
Fan är han? Aldrig kul.
Josh treipat kaarit,
Das
Josh
war-
väl.
Das
Ei,
var...
stop vyn treipat mu.
Okej, yani baš traipa izvin.
Och Joe.
Just right.
Dohan vallo ja nie dohan. Me
Kurde, men jamur för mycket niçin sopa. Niçin zambi vyt men ja.
All researchers working on
Thank you for
3166
subscribing.
containment are to familiarize themselves on this material.
Skamar.
Using tissue samples taken by Agent Mueller
Ka-
during
kul sen, jag menar.
SCP-316's most recent manifestation, genetic analysis of the meat present within the lasagna has shown it to be
Okej, just
genetically
wait. Ja,
identical
czemu nasz
to
my
Garfield
socjal zaś
creator Jim Davis.
kapelsin
The implications of this are currently
guys, I'm
unclear.
gonna back soon because
However,
think I'm
during surveillance of Mr. Davis by containment teams, he has complained of severe mosquito bites in the night, on a number of occasions immediately preceding 3166 manifestation. In order to contain 3166, the Garfield media franchise is to remain active and successful for as long as feasibly possible. Funding is to be provided to any Garfield media ventures via foundation front companies present in the comic and film industry.
Opera GX is the world's first gaming web browser with a lot of features tailored to gamers. For example, they have Twitch and...
Pietro Wilson tossed and turned as the nightmares from the previous day filled his dreams. In his restless sleep, he watched the slaughter of his colleagues at Site 22. The unknown man who entered the facility had gunned down everyone who worked there. Everyone, except Pietro. He remembered running deeper into the facility, only to be cornered in a windowless concrete room. There he had found SCP-5000, an exclusionary suit that allowed him to become undetectable to human senses. It was a step beyond invisibility. He successfully made it out of Site-22, but the eyes of the men he killed to get away haunted him. Pietro had never taken a wife before. The only solace was that it felt like the suit he was wearing had taken over, so his actions were not technically his own. But he had to wonder, what would he have done without the suit? Would he still have killed another human to escape? After leaving the facility, Pietro had made his way to an SCP safe house. This was where he now lay. The slaughter of hundreds at Site-22 was bad, but what he found when he turned on the news at the safe house was worse. SCPs had been let loose around the world and were killing people by the millions. What was going on? Pietro was startled awake from a nightmare. He was hyperventilating, but his body almost immediately recovered and his breathing slowed. A heads-up display flashed on in front of his eyes. Pietro Wilson was still contained within SCP-5000. The suit would not let him live. He instinctively went to rub his eyes, but the metal hands of the suit just clanked against the helmet that covered his head. He wanted out of this suit. Pietro stood up and walked over to the television. He reached out to turn it on, but paused. He thought, do I really want to see how bad things have gotten since I fell asleep? But he had to know. He was filled with dread as the TV came on and he saw the first images. The world looked as if it was ending, and it seemed like the SCP Foundation was responsible. How could this be? They were supposed to protect humanity, not destroy it. Pietro needed to uncover the truth behind what was happening. SCP-5000 had a log entry function that he could use to record everything he uncovered. Even if he didn't make it out of this
Guys,
alive,
if you like and
maybe
subscribe,
one
please
day
like.
someone would find the suit and be able to access it.
Sorry, can't.
The date of his first journal entry was February 1st, 2020. As Pietro watched the carnage unfold on TV, he began to put together the pieces of what he had witnessed himself. He knew a special ops squad had executed everyone at Site-22 where he worked. He knew that the SCPs had been let loose. He knew the world was ending. But why? As Pietro pondered this, the newscaster. What you have just witnessed are reports from around the world of monsters ravaging cities and towns. This all started with a mysterious message from an organization that calls itself the SCP Foundation. Their ruling body, the Council, released the following statement. For those who are not currently aware of our existence, we represent the organization known as the SCP Foundation. Our previous mission centered around the containment